Welcome today to yet another interesting book for you to pick into. I hope you have enjoyed the ones I shared before. This time, we're diving into a story that follows a woman who, through 3 years of a secret marriage, kept her composure and never let her pain show, even as her husband's scandals made headlines. Everything shifts when the woman her husband has always loved returns to his life. On that very day, she quietly hands him a divorce agreement, taking him by surprise. When he coldly questions her motives, implying she must have someone else, she calmly confirms it, saying, "Yes, even if you don't acknowledge me as..." And so begins her journey to reclaim her dignity, strength, and heart. Chapter 1. My husband's mistress. Madam, you've been waiting for several hours. I'm afraid my husband won't be back. It's okay. I'll wait a little longer. After 3 years of marriage, she wanted to celebrate her wedding anniversary properly. However, her husband is making headlines with another woman. World-class frame. Gu Jinmo personally picked up Su Qianqian at the airport. So sweet. Qianqian is her husband's first love. The whole world is supporting him in getting his white moonlight back. But these people don't know that Gu Jinmo is married. No matter how many times she called, there was always the cold shut-off tone on the other end of the line. In the end, I didn't wait for Gu Jinmo, but I got a call from the nurse in the hospital. "Miss Wen, your grandmother is not in good condition. Please come here quickly." The nurse spoke anxiously. With a boom, she trembled all over. She put on a coat, picked up her car keys, and rushed out. After running through countless red lights along the way, Wen Yan's hands were shaking when he arrived at the hospital. She was picked up by her grandmother from the garbage dump. To her, her grandmother is her only relative. Grandma was still in the emergency room. She was at a loss and pulled the nurse to ask, "What's going on? Wasn't Grandma fine yesterday?" I don't know." The nurse quickly explained, "Miss Wen, you know me. I have always been doing my best to take care of your grandma." "Then was there anything unusual before Grandma fell ill?" "By the way, a Miss Su came here today." "Miss Su? Su Qianqian." There was a loud bang like thunder. Wen Yan's head was buzzing and his whole body was cold. Su Qianqian has no relation with her and would not come to see her grandmother for no reason. Wen Yan forced herself to calm down and asked, "Do you know what she said to my grandma?" "The door was closed at that time. I only heard her say who she was going to marry." "Then your grandma had a quarrel with her." "Later, Miss Su came out and I went to see your grandma again. She had already collapsed." Wen Yan clenched her fists and held onto the wall, shaking with anger. She always reported good news but not bad news to her grandmother because she was afraid that her grandmother would know about Su Qianqian and Gu Jinmo. But Su Qianqian actually came to the door directly. The light in the emergency room came on and the doctor came out. Her heart was pounding. "The patient is suffering from acute cerebral congestion, probably due to stimulation. Please accept my condolences to the family." She had thought of thousands of possibilities, but she had never thought of losing him. The doctor's words were like a steel wire strangling her heart, and she forced herself to walk to the bed. The only old man who was kind to her was now covered with a white cloth, separated from her forever. A huge grief enveloped her. She couldn't even cry. She clutched her grandmother's cold hand, her mind constantly recalling the moments with her grandmother. Those warm memories now turned into heavy hammers, hitting her heart hard and making her breathless. She whimpered, covered her mouth, and slowly squatted down against the wall. After an unknown amount of time, a familiar voice woke her up. "Wen Yan." She raised her head slowly. The man who came was imposing and handsome. "It's you," she murmured to herself, her eyes empty. Grandma is gone. Her only relative all left her. She was wearing thin pajamas and hiding in the corner like an abandoned child. If Grandma were still alive, she wouldn't want to see you like this. Wen Yan's heart felt empty. Some pains go deep into the bone marrow, and even if she takes deep breaths, she cannot relieve the tension and anxiety in her heart. She watched Gu Jinmo numbly as he helped her deal with everything. Only when she arrived at the funeral home did she finally regain some strength. On the first day of the vigil, an unexpected guest arrived. Su Qianqian walked in wearing black and carrying a wreath. This was the first time Wen Yan saw her. She is even better looking in real life than on TV, with straight black waist-length hair cascading down like flowing water, and small and delicate facial features, especially her eyes, which are as clear and black as if washed by water, exuding an innocent charm. She walked up to Wen Yan and said in a clear voice, "Miss Wen, please accept my condolences." Wen Yan thought of the nurse's words. Grandma suddenly fell ill. Does Su Qiangqian dare to say that it has nothing to do with her? The moment Su Qiangqian turned around, Wen Yan called her in a hoarse voice. "Miss Su, the nurse said that you went to see my grandmother on the day she passed away. Miss Su and my grandma don't know each other. Why did you go to see her? What do you want to say?" "I want to know, what did Miss Su say to my grandma? I asked my friend abroad to video chat with your grandma and asked about her condition. I didn't say anything else. I wanted to help your grandma." "Help her? You don't know each other. My grandma had an accident on the day you went. I don't think you want to help her. You want to hurt her, right?" "I asked her to go. Qiangqian's friend is good at tumor surgery and is very famous abroad. It's okay, Brother Mo, she just lost her loved ones and I can understand that she is emotional. As long as it can make her feel better, I'm willing to apologize. It's just a coincidence. I arranged for her to go. If you want to blame someone, blame me." Wen Yan's face was pale and she tried hard to control her trembling body. She pinched her cold fingers and bit her lips. The man she has loved for many years has firmly stepped forward to protect others from the wind and rain. Blame you? How dare I blame you? She smiled bitterly and shook her head. Her eyes, which had long since dried up, became redder and redder. "You are tired. I'll ask someone to take you to rest." "No need. If you suspect that I killed your grandmother, you can call the police and let the police investigate me." Investigate? She had called the police a long time ago, but the police said that the surveillance was damaged and the evidence was insufficient, so they would not accept the case. After hearing about Su Qiangqian's name, they even told her to give up as soon as possible. This made her even more convinced that the culprit was Su Qiangqian. What a coincidence. The surveillance camera was working fine the day before but broke down on that day. She knew that the Su family was powerful, and it would be harder than climbing to the sky for her to find evidence on her own. But she won't give up and will find the reason sooner or later. "Su Qiangqian, God is watching what you do. One day I will make you pay the price. Wen Yan, watch your words." "Watch your words. Just think that I'm being unreasonable. I will find evidence." She didn't want to stay any longer, so she steadied herself and staggered away. Her grandmother is very important to her. My words were a bit harsh. Don't take it to heart. I always thought she was a gentle person, but I didn't expect she had such strong hostility towards me. Then, Brother Mo, does what you said before still count? Didn't she ask for a divorce from you? She is so fragile now, she must really need a lover by her side. Gu Jinmo pursed his lips, and his fists clenched tighter and tighter when he thought of Wen Yan's reason for divorce. Lover, but unfortunately her lover was not him. He had been restraining himself for 3 years after getting married. A few days ago, he woke up and found that he had had sex with Wen Yan. He was angry that he was being plotted against, but Wen Yan vehemently denied it and handed him a divorce agreement. "Gu Jinmo, let's get a divorce. What? Do you have someone you like? Don't you mind that you're married?" "Yes. He knows." "Yeah." He wanted to ask something else, but didn't know where to start. For 3 years, they were apart more often than they were together, and he had no time to get to know her. She really had someone she liked, and she hid that man very well, so he couldn't find out no matter how hard he tried. Now that she has found someone she likes, he should let her go free. Under Su Qiangqian's expectant gaze, Gu Jinmo nodded slowly. After Grandma's funeral, Wen Yan also started to deal with the divorce. However, Gu Jinmo seemed to have disappeared. He was not in the villa and did not answer his calls. People in the company said that Gu Jinmo was on a business trip and would not be back until a week later. This week, Wen Yan experienced the most difficult week. The news media widely reported the news that Gu Jinmo and Su Qiangqian were traveling abroad. In the photo, Su Qiangqian's beautiful face is filled with a happy smile. The man next to her is wearing sunglasses, has a tall and straight figure, and outstanding temperament, like a pair of lovers who are in love. With a bang, the bottle in Ziya's hand fell in front of me, and glass shattered all over the floor. The whole box fell completely silent. The Z family is the richest family in NY City, involved in both law and corruption, and they really have their way in this place. But the Z family also has a well-known secret. Mrs. Z had 4 children. The first 3 were boys. She finally got a girl, but the little girl was stolen away on her 100th day. I honestly didn't expect Su Qianqian to be so fearless that she'd even dare to mention this. For a moment, everyone in the box had different expressions. Just then, there was a sudden noise outside the door. "What are you arguing about?" A woman came and insisted on coming in to see Mr. Gu. "Let her in." Hearing the voice inside, I tightly grasped the agreement and walked in. In the dim box, pairs of curious eyes all turned to look at me at the same time. The enclosed space was filled with the mixed smell of alcohol and perfume, and it honestly made me feel a little nauseous. Still, I suppressed my discomfort and walked over. Su Qianqian was right next to Gu Jinmo, and I could see the surprise flash across her face. Thinking of the news about them, the last bit of affection in my heart just vanished. Under the watchful eyes of everyone, I opened my lips slightly and said in a sweet voice, "Husband, you are here." "Husband? Mr. Gu is actually married? Then, isn't Su Qianqian the mistress?" Everyone present gasped and looked at Su Qianqian. Her face turned blue and red, and now everyone knew she had interfered in Gu Jinmo's marriage. She nervously grasped the corner of Gu Jinmo's clothes like she was grabbing the last straw. Gu Jinmo narrowed his eyes and looked at me, his gaze deep and unfathomable. The whole scene made everyone in the box feel super uncomfortable. Who would dare to watch Mr. Gu's affairs? Everyone in the box tactfully walked out, except for Zi Ye, who just sat on the sofa without moving, his eyes fixed on my face, full of excitement. Wen Yan's face was pale and, she tried hard to control her trembling body. She pinched her cold fingers and bit her lips. The man she has loved for many years has, firmly stepped forward to protect others from the wind and rain. Blame you? How dare I blame you? She smiled bitterly and shook her head. Her eyes, which had long since dried up, became redder and redder. "You are tired. I'll ask someone to take you to rest." "No need. If you suspect that I killed your grandmother, you can call the police and let the police investigate me." "Investigate?" Everyone present gasped and looked at Su Qianqian. Su Qianqian's face turned blue and red. Now everyone knew that she had interfered in Gu Jinmo's marriage. She nervously grasped the corner of Gu Jinmo's clothes as if she was grabbing the last straw. Gu Jinmo narrowed his eyes and looked at Wen Yan. His gaze was as deep as water and unfathomable. This scene made everyone in the box feel very uncomfortable. Who dares to watch Mr. Gu's plays? Everyone in the box tactfully walked out. Only Zi Ye sat on the sofa motionless, his eyes fixed on Wen Yan's face, his eyes full of excitement. Neighbors for many years without any conflicts. Even though she was sick, she still quarreled with Su Qianqian. It must be something Su Qianqian said. When she thought about how her grandmother died of anger, her hatred for Su Qianqian became endless. Only Su Qianqian went to see Grandma that day, and her cerebral hemorrhage was definitely not groundless. "Since you trust her so much, let's meet in court. I will find evidence." She glanced at Su Qianqian indifferently. She didn't want to stay here any longer, so she turned around and left quickly. Perhaps she was too tired these days, and she felt dizzy when she reached the door. When she was about to fall, a hand came to support her. Wen Yan calmed herself down and looked up gratefully. It was the person who had been staring at her. "Thank you." Looking at her from a closer distance, Zi Ye became more certain of his guess. When he saw her for the first time, he was shocked beyond words. The person in front of him looked so much like his aunt. It is said that the lost sister at home looks very much like her aunt. It is not uncommon for nieces to look like their aunts. This person is most likely his sister. His grip on her arm got tighter and tighter. Wen Yan frowned, broke free without making a sound, and turned away. "Hey, wait!" Zi Ye was about to chase after him but was stopped by Su Qianqian. "Mr. Zi, are you interested in her? Her family is poor. I'm afraid she can't even enter your Zi family." Everyone knows that Zi Huayuan has already clearly set a price for his future daughters-in-law. Education and family background are both essential. No one thinks that their requirements are high because the Zi family has the capital to choose. May not be a coincidence anymore. Gujinmo, I have something urgent to do. Let's talk next time. After saying this, without even looking at Gujinmo's expression, he wanted to leave quickly, but was stopped by Gujinmo. Gujinmo's eyes were deep. Ever since Wenyan came in, Ziyia's eyes had never left her. Although Ziyiya is domineering, he is still sensible and has no reason to really want to stay and watch the show. Wenyan filed for divorce with me, and the reason was that she had found her lover. Could that person be Ziyiya? Gujinmo's face gradually turned cold. What is the relationship between Mr. Z and my wife? Those who have read this can follow my Weibo the author send me. The story continues. Dive into the next chapters via the author's link. Trust me, the drama escalates. Link issues? Copy the Chinese title. Search directly on your web. Remember to set your auto-translate.